How's it going, laser Bruce? Up, Bobby Sixkilla, and welcome back to Quantum Suicide. Now we skip past the vampire children explanation because we've heard it like 5 times already. Actually, I think I've tried to skip it most of the times, but we've heard it anyway. If you've been following the series for a while, no doubt you've heard it. So, we're back at our quarters after the explanation. I suddenly felt a finger poking me in the cheek.
Wake up!
I stared before opening my eyes to see Yoshiki above me. He is going to murder me. I straight up know he's going to kill me. Yoshiki again? What is it now?
Oh yeah. Sorry, bestie, but this time it isn't me.
Who else is poking me in the face?
No. I mean the captain has sent me.
What? Why? What time is it? Oh, it's the black hole thing.
It is currently 4:37 a.m. and she wants you on the bridge ASAP.
So, I'm pretty much having to leave this in because it changes a little bit each time. And this time it's going to be different because Shizuka's not going to be there at all. But it's still the same, but worded slightly differently. Oh. Is this something you could handle?
I tried, but she told me the only way I was going to be useful was if I was to get you, so...
So you're useless. Fine, give me a second. Yoshiki waited outside my quarters, so I made myself presentable, and then met him in the hallway. Yoshiki was as chipper as usual. How's he this happy at 4 AM in the morning? Yoshiki, why are you awake?
Oh, that. I was asleep like half an hour ago.
What changed?
I changed.
Why did I wake you up?
She woke me up because the captain had summoned me.
What did she want?
If I know the captain, and I do, she's just concerned and looking for support.
Why weren't you enough support?
I think she just wants someone a little smarter.
She could have asked anyone on the ship apart from you then. Yoshiki, you are smart.
Bestie, you don't have to lie to me.
Oh, thank God. You're an idiot. You are smart. You're a mechanical engineer.
I might be a horrible engineer. You have nothing to compare me to.
We entered the bridge mid-conversation.
I bet I am the best you've ever met.
That's not the point. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Is right. You are too hard on yourself, Yoshiki.
You don't even know what we're talking about.
I do not need to know is right.
The captain smirked at Yoshiki.
Yoshiki, thank you for bringing to me. You are dismissed.
Aye, aye, Captain. Back to bed for me.
All right, know the reason why you are here.
Ah, yes, I'm very interested to hear why.
Just over a week ago, I made the choice to stay on course towards the black hole.
I remember. And your argument made sense. What's the problem?
We will be at the closest point to
Okay,
the
we're going to
black
skip some of this because we've seen it before. Shizuka, our navigator,
Exactly.
who will navigate us past the black hole.
I am the only one left with any experience of ship navigation. As captain, I have had basic training, but I am nowhere near the level of expertise required to navigate this successfully.
Couldn't I help? The captain shot me a face that made me instantly regret my question.
And if Dai decides to visit during navigation,
Yeah, silly me.
I am the only one who can attempt this. But I am not overly confident. People are already dying on my watch.
Heard it before. Captain, I'm sure with even your minimal experience, you'll be able to navigate us through it. You should easily be able to avoid the event horizon. And time dilation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Alright, get that out of the way. I made my way back to the bed where it was waiting for me, like a loyal friend waiting to embrace me. It was good to be back in bed. Hours later, I woke up and was feeling quite refreshed. These mid-morning wake-ups were clearly good for me. I made my way out of bed and headed to the lab to get started on my day's work. I wish you could skip a conversation when it was the same, but on a different timeline. Because if you're on a different timeline, but you come to the same conversation, skip function doesn't work. It only works on that one timeline if you do it again. The next Deletion Game was less than 36 hours away, and I still hadn't made the progress I needed to solve either the die crisis or the resources crisis. I sat staring at my parents' work for hours, holding the pocket watch in my right hand, randomly pressing the buttons. Come on, science, please give me a hint, or even a sign.
Yahoo!
Really, science? That is not a helpful sign.
Who are you talking to?
No one, I'm just getting frustrated that I'm still getting nowhere with my parents' work.
Is there anything I can do to help, bestie?
If you can solve the resource problem and, in turn, the die thing, I would be truly grateful.
I can't do that.
I didn't expect... Before I could finish my sentence, Yoshiki had whipped himself to be behind me and started massaging my shoulders.
But I can give a mean massage.
It felt amazing. I never had anyone massage me before. Yoshiki, this is...
Shh. Just enjoy the massage.
Yoshiki began humming along as he was rubbing his thumbs across my shoulders and down the base of my neck. He's gonna murder us. I could feel the tension that I didn't even know I had leave my body.
Now here is the real question.
I'm trying to make any noise that was questioning, but it came out as nonsense. Blurg?
That good, eh? Anyway, would you like me to continue or would you like to get back to work? I also am amazing on feet, just in case you were wondering.
Okay, might as well continue magic hands. I mean, either way, the watch is going to light up and we can still jump. I was not about to turn this down. I hadn't made any progress with the die or resource situation, so I might as well enjoy what may be the last evening on the Everett. Seriously, Yoshiki, your hands are magic.
Thank you.
And you might kill me anyway, and then we won't have to worry about it. How'd you get so good?
You want to know the secret of my magic?
Yes, please.
If I told you my secrets, well, I would have to kill you.
I'm kind of feeling like you're going to anyway. I don't think Di would appreciate that. That's her job.
But seriously, my mother taught me when I was younger. She said that one of the benefits of having a child is having legal slave labor.
Lovely. Sounds delightful.
She really was. Well, since her death, though, the only person I massage is Kimmy. I mean, the captain. But don't tell her I told you that either.
What? Why not?
It took me years to finally convince her to let me give her a massage, and now it's like her guilty pleasure that's a secret between us.
I promise I won't tell anyone. If Yoshiki stopped in his tracks, I could hear his heart beating faster than mine. As if panicking, I would tell his secret. If we continue to keep this our little secret too. I'm thinking weekly. I felt Yoshiki let out a sigh of relief.
Deal, bestie.
We spent the rest of the evening together. After the massage, I was relaxed as anyone could be when death was potentially looming a mere 24 hours away. I woke up suddenly, as if my body clock had adjusted to my new schedule. Damn it, Yoshiki, this is your fault. I rolled over to check on the time on the tablet. It was 4 AM. I was estimating 4 AM when I noticed the pocket watch was glowing a vivid green. The pocket watch! This is finally the breakthrough I've been waiting for. I jumped out of bed frantically, grasping the pocket watch in my hands, which was shaking slightly. It's green! Green! Moment of truth, do I press the button or not? Yes. Hopefully we get another word this time. I awoke, gasping desperately in the thin air. Where was I? Why was it so damn hard to breathe? I seemed to be lying on the cold floor of my quarters. Looking around, I could see the door was open, meaning the room wasn't locked down. That was weird. Fearing for the life support systems were damaged, my instinct was to get to the medic bay and grab an oxygen tank, before making my way to the engineering bay to see the status of the life support. Depending on the remaining oxygen levels, I could have as little as 60 seconds. We've had this death. I ran as quickly as I could through the hallways toward the medic bay. When I got to the door, it was locked. And then Melody's there? I? Die? I shouted in panic, but to no avail. I suddenly heard a noise behind me.
Monkey!
We've had this one, but in a different path. I turned to see Melody standing behind me, crying, holding onto her dinosaur Fred. She was connected to an oxygen tank.
Monkey! We ran out of air!
I looked at her tank and I could see that she was almost out of air also, maybe 5 minutes tops. I quickly patted my pockets looking for the pocket watch. I didn't seem to have it. This is the end of the line. I took Melody in my arms, hugging her tightly, and used my last breath to say one final thing. This time, I think last time we did the top one, so let's go. Everything will be okay? I sat hugging her tightly, with her head in my chest as I struggled to hide my dying moments. There was no need to panic her. She clearly suffered enough. At least her last moments wouldn't be spent alone, and neither would mine for that matter. Okay, where are we in the timeline then? That was the jump there. So let's get back to that and not jump, I guess. I guess we can squeeze his hand back super hard. Tuke played this game, Yoshiki. Yoshiki began to squirm in pain, breaking his demeanor.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Yoshiki, great news. Yoshiki recoiled, holding his hands delicately, sulking.
What, that you're a big meanie?
Quite the opposite. You're alive. Yoshiki took a moment before smiling.
You're right. We both are.
Yep, so let's keep it that way.
Sorry for getting so weird.
Skip. Chess it is then. I took a seat in front of Yoshiki at the chess set. Okay, first things first. White always goes first.
Why?
Why?
The origination of such a rule is debated. However, using probability, I have calculated the most likely answer.
Oh, you scared me. I had appeared beside the chessboard, no warning, and started to spiel about chess. Yoshiki didn't even seem fazed.
So why does white go first, I?
Historically, black was considered a lucky color, so to award black first move as well would be considered unfair. Hence, white goes first.
Well, I want to be black then.
That doesn't sound like the most probable.
Oh, you see straight through me. You are correct. That was just the most interesting possible reason.
So what's the reason with the highest probability? White goes first because someone has to go first, otherwise there's no game at all.
Wait, that's it?
I am afraid so, Yoshiki. Do you prefer the other possible reason?
Yeah, it was way more interesting.
Very well. I will set that reason as the default.
Okay, cool.
I'm black! I'm black!
Can we set Chrome to our default browser as well? Okay, I heard you the first time. I bowed and disappeared without even saying goodbye. Do you know what the pieces are called or how they can move?
Negative.
Okay, so the frontline pieces are pawns. They can only move in directly forward one space. Unless it is the first turn, they can move up to 2 spaces, and they attack diagonally for 1 space.
That is so much information already.
We've only done pawns. I guess it is.
Are there any pieces that are easier to understand?
I guess the easiest to understand is the queen piece. Yeah, definitely.
What can she do?
Everything. Anything, really. She's the most powerful piece in the game. She can move horizontally, vertically, diagonally, and for as many spaces as she wants.
Yes, queen!
Haha, indeed.
Is the king just as powerful?
Hell no. Haha, no. Although the game's outcome is based on whether or not the king is safe, the king himself can move in any direction, however he can only move 1 space at a time.
So the king is just a pretty face?
He's better than a pawn. I guess you could look at it that way.
How many other types of pieces are there to learn?
Well, you have the rooks, the bishops, and the knights. Yoshiki's face glazed over.
Well, this has been fun. Pick this up again tomorrow?
Sure. If there is a tomorrow. What, you giving up?
Giving up is such a strong word. I would rather say, spacing out my learning.
Yeah, I think the brain cell that you've got is full.
Don't want to overload myself on day one. Okay, toodles!
Yoshiki got up from the chair and skipped out of the rec room. Lace it over, I guess.
I could always play with you.
Skip. What does the captain want? How do you not know?
Well, when she summoned me and I got to the bridge, she started talking. And I could tell from the tone that she was concerned.
I didn't listen to the words, but I heard the tone. And?
I was kinda still half asleep, and so I don't really know what she said.
You weren't listening?
Bestie, I was half asleep.
I assume the captain did not enjoy that.
No, she did not. She just stressed her eyebrows and told me to make myself useful and bring her you.
So you heard that?
Well, I was awake by then.
Skip. We arrived at the bridge where the captain looked pleased to see me.
Thank you so much for coming this morning.
No problem. I love waking up before the crack of dawn. The captain smiled playfully.
There is no dawn in space.
Guess there isn't.
What? Where did it go?
Yoshiki, thank you for bringing me. Now go back to bed.
But where is the dawn?
Somewhere where the sun is? There's no sunrise, so there's no dawn per se.
Oh. Yeah, it is too early for this. Good night.
Good night, Yoshiki.
All right, know the reason why you are here.
Yes, I'm very interested to hear why. Skip. So interested, I'm gonna skip. I really need to get back to my work. Sorry, Yoshiki. Yoshiki stopped suddenly, and I heard him gently sigh.
Okay, well, I guess I will leave you to it then.
I could hear the disappointment in his voice. Sorry, Yoshiki.
No, I understand, bestie. Well, good luck with your work.
Oh my god, he's gonna kill me in my sleep. Yoshiki left the room with very little enthusiasm in his step. I continued to work for hours, but sadly with no breakthroughs. On reflection, maybe I should have just spent the evening with Yoshiki. He creeps me out, man. After that conversation we had, I woke up suddenly as if my body clock had adjusted to my new schedule. Damn it, Yoshiki. Skip. Wait till after the deletion game. Here we go. Chapter 4. That never happens. What the hell? I just couldn't. I took a deep breath and I finally had the opportunity of a lifetime, and yet I was erring on the side of caution. I needed to talk to someone about this. To show someone the watch. Who better to lift my spirits than Yoshiki? Anyone? Upon arriving at his quarters, I buzzed his intercom and heard the doorbell ring inside his room. Moments later, Yoshiki came springing through his door.
Bestie!
Why are you so excited? It's like 4 a.m.
Yes, it is. Which is why I'm even more excited.
I'm confused.
You wouldn't be at my door at 4 a.m. unless something awesome and amazing was happening.
That's fair, I guess. That's some pretty sound reasoning there.
Yes! Yoshiki is right!
Yes, Yoshiki is. Why are you so excited?
Well, I'm not right that often, you know.
Oh, come on. You aren't wrong that often either. Yoshiki looked at me dead on.
Don't lie to your best friend.
Okay, I promise. Anyway, the reason I'm here...
I'm so excited! I wonder why you're here.
Well, if you'd calm down for a moment, I'd tell you. Yoshiki looked at me like an excited puppy begging for his favorite toy. Walkies? This... I pulled the glowing watch out of my pocket and dangled it in front of Yoshiki.
Whoa!
Whoa, indeed. I finally had a breakthrough.
Can I touch it?
No, because... But not because I don't trust you. I just don't trust the watch.
It doesn't look that evil to me.
What exactly does an evil watch look like?
Well, I think it would have a mustache.
Yeah, okay. A what?
Like, the watch would have a mustache.
Maybe the hands would be a mustache? Why would the watch need a mustache?
Isn't that obvious?
To look evil, duh.
'Cause he's evil.
I look at Yoshiki confused.
Are you having the same conversation as me, bestie?
No one ever is, Yoshiki. You're in your own little world. I decided to leave it alone. At least I know I knew to be cautious of watches with mustaches. When I first found it, I thought about pressing the button, but I didn't.
I think that was the right thing to do. Especially if you don't know.
You're the only person who said that. Everyone else has said that we should just push it. Do you reckon we shouldn't have? Is it really, though? What if it's the answer to all our problems?
Listen to me, I'm an engineer. I don't grab wires when I don't know if they're live or not.
This isn't exactly the same.
No! It's way worse! You aren't even sure if being electrocuted to death is the worst possibility.
Okay, point taken. Yoshiki smiled, proud of himself.
So, what are you gonna do then?
I think that I'm gonna think more about it before making any decisions.
Sounds like a great approach there, bestie.
I nodded at Yoshiki thankfully before returning to my quarters. Nobody else has ever said that. Once back, I sat on the end of my bed, contemplating the watch with my hands. If my parents' research didn't give me any clues on how it works, or the possible consequences, how will I ever know? Maybe they never knew either. Maybe that was why the information was so limited. Maybe they never got past the trial phase. Time passed unnoticed by me as I was lost in my own thoughts. The ship's PA interrupted my train of thought with Di's voice ringing high-pitched through it.
The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the Everett. Oh, is this
Spout?
on? How embarrassing. Ahem. Good morning. I need you all to confine your sweet selves to your quarters for the time being, so that I may come and inform you all of your roles in the new deletion game. Beatrix and Nick... Oh wait, sharing a room is no longer an issue. Ignore that guff. See you all soon.
Like I didn't have enough on my plate already with the pocket watch. Thanks, Di. Moments later, Di puffed unceremoniously into my room.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Are you my doorbell now?
You like it? I'm thinking of releasing a DLC pack of my voice for use as an electronic doorbell.
Yeah, no thanks, Hell 9000. Why would anyone pay you to say ding dong?
Hey, my DLC is more than just ding dong. It also includes such classics as, there's someone at the door, shall I deal with them?
Oh, I like that one.
Everyone's favorite. By pressing the doorbell, you have agreed to allow me to delete you. Yay, me!
I like the second one. I want that one for my doorbell. There's someone at the door, shall I deal with them? I stared in amazement at how easily Di amused herself.
That is the end of my business presentation. Are you interested in funding my DLC?
No. How much is it?
Oh, well, this is embarrassing.
What is?
I wasn't expecting you, or anyone actually, to support my business ventures, so I never worked out how much I needed.
So, even you thought it would fail? Di shifted quickly away from her playful demeanor, reminding me again of the seriousness of the situation.
Might I remind you that I alone choose if you live or die?
My bad, oh glorious Di.
That's better. Now for the reason I'm here, your role allocation in today's Deletion Game Vampire Children. Congratulations!
I'm the vampire.
No, but it does make me ecstatic that you want to be. Nothing makes me prouder to be your AI system than an equal to my unquenchable bloodlust.
So I'm not the vampire.
Your listening skills could definitely use some work. You are not the vampire.
Fuck you. Alright, thank you, Di. You're most welcome, Jordan. Now I must be off to inform the others. Di blew a kiss before disappearing. 10 minutes later, the PA system started blaring out a new announcement.
Thank you all for your cooperation. You are now free to pass the time as you please. The game will commence in 2 hours. Good luck!
I sat overwhelmed by the decisions that lay before me. Pocket watch, deletion game, watch, game. The deletion game was much more pressing matter. In fact, it would be occurring in less than 2 hours. I put the pocket watch on my bedside table and focused all my attention on the game in hand. If I'm going to survive this round, I need to do my best to weed out the vampire. I decided that my first port of call should be Yoshiki. After all, he was the person I was closest to on the ship. And let me guess, he's the vampire. I arrived at his quarters and he greeted me immediately. And so did the captain.
I'm so glad you came!
Good morning.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know the captain was here. I don't want to interrupt you.
No, this is perfect!
Perfect?
Yes! I was just telling the captain my plan, and now we can tell you.
You have a plan?
Yup, and the captain here is on board, so now we just need you to be as well.
I wasn't sure what he was planning, but I was about to find out.
Take a seat.
Yoshiki directed me to take a seat on the couch. I obliged.
I'm the vampire.
Wait, really?
I know, right? I wasn't expecting it, but it looks like I won the lottery.
I don't think being the vampire can be compared to winning the lottery.
I have already tried to explain that to him, to no avail.
Anyway...
The captain and I turned our attention back to Yoshiki.
So, the plan is for you and I to start as Bonnie and Clyde, and then in the last round, I breed with the captain, ensuring she has enough points to not lose when we win.
It actually sounds like a pretty good idea. I just have one question.
What's that?
Why don't you and the captain be the Bonnie and Clyde and I be bred with last?
Well, not only do I want to partner with you, but partnering with you first allows me to show the captain that you can be trusted.
I look over at the captain, who confirmed what Yoshiki was saying.
He is correct. I was, and still am, wary about trusting you. But he is adamant.
I get it. I would likely take the same stance if I was you. The captain smiled at me, impressed with my sound reasoning.
Thank you for your understanding.
So what do you say? Join me as my Clyde?
Guess so. I'd love to. Count me in.
I'm so excited!
Yoshiki, someone will die soon as a result of this game. You should behave as such.
Yoshiki reined in his enthusiasm a touch, lowering his head. I could still see him smile underneath his mask, though. So what's the plan?
You and I will breed first, making you a vampire. The captain will breed with either Katashi or Beatrix. And then, in the final round, one of us will breed with the captain, so she doesn't have the fewest points, ensuring that she won't lose.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
Excellent.
I must insist that you return to your quarters now. As will I.
Why?
To ensure we do not draw any unwanted attention, we cannot have the rest of the crew become suspicious of us.
This is just like when we did that same plan, but with Kimiko as our partner. That's a good idea.
See you both soon.
And it didn't work out, because of Shizuka. This time, it might work out because Shizuka's gone. She could tell right away. The captain and I both left, walking side by side down the hallway to our respective quarters. We arrived at the captain's first. Jordan. Yes, Captain?
You betray Yoshiki. I will kill you myself. Die will be the least of your worries.
The captain had threatened me previously, but it never felt more sincere than it did right now. I nodded, indicating that I understood her threat. She could definitely tell by the fear in my eyes that I knew she wasn't messing around. I'd almost made it back when I suddenly appeared in front of me, so sudden in fact, that I walked right through her.
We need to speak.
Yes. Oh, why, good morning.
Do not have long. Come to the server room.
I zapped out of my quarters, leaving me quite confused. I've never heard her sound quite so human. She seemed worried. A side of her I hadn't really seen before. I looked at my tablet to locate the server room. I'd never been there. It wasn't long that I had the location and made my way there. This sometimes changes as well. When I arrived, I was standing at attention awaiting my arrival.
I must make this quick. Dai is brute forcing row codes and functions.
She's taken over. What?
She is attempting to take control, but I am doing my best to keep her at bay for now.
What's wrong? What's happening?
Dai discovered that the tablets belonging to the ship's personnel were capable of overriding the main system, and so she has patched that exploit.
I can no longer deactivate Dai.
You can, but it must happen here, directly at the server mainframe.
But I don't know the password.
This is your only chance.
I don't know the password.
Once you input the...
Don't have the password. I started to flicker and I could see she was struggling to keep her functions operational. Yeah. I don't have the password. I don't know. The screen suddenly shut off with the lights dimming in the entire server room. Huh? What? I? There was no response. I? Still nothing. I started to make my way to the entrance and I saw a familiar glow of eye resonating behind me. I turned to face her. So we got half-naked Dai behind us again? Yep.
What am I
Alright.
doing?
Let's go. Before I could catch my breath, Dai intercepted me. Jordan. Yes?
You're lucky I have a soft spot for you. If anyone else was as perverted as you, they'd be dead right now.
Thank you, I think.
Game starts in 10 minutes. I'm going to go do my final preparations. Toodles!
Dai smiled smugly as she skipped off down the hall. 10 minutes, eh? That's not really enough time to do anything. I decided to wash my face before the start of the game, before heading to the dining hall.
Hey! You're not allowed in the dining hall yet. You have to wait outside.
Stop telling me off all the time, Dai. You're so mean. Okay, sorry. I went back to the hallway. Dai's voice rang out over the PA system.
This round of the Deletion Game Vampire Children is about to begin. I would request that all crew members assemble outside the dining hall so we can start immediately. Be sure to bring a monstrous libido.
Dai poked her head out of the dining hall.
Normally I can't stand a man who arrives early, if you know what I mean. But in this instance, I'm very pleased.
What can I say? I just can't wait to taste first blood. Dai came right up in front of my face.
It's like we're kindred spirits.
I didn't know you were spiritual, Dai.
Usually I'm not, but when you mentioned killing someone of your own accord, I swear I felt something electric run through my body.
Are you sure it wasn't electricity?
Very good. But I don't have a body, so that can't be it at all.
If you don't have a body, then how can you feel anything?
Ouch. I felt that.
Dai poked her tongue out at me as the other crew members began to arrive.
My children.
Dai had her arms wide open and inviting as the last of the crew settled in.
Ahem. Before I start, I need to conduct a roll call.
Dai, you are very well aware that we are all here, so why
Katashi?
Yeah?
Vladimir?
Here.
Melody?
Present!
Kimiko?
The hallway fell silent.
Kimiko? Has anyone seen Kimiko?
You will address me as Captain.
Like now is the time for a power trip?
Dai's face looked expectantly at the captain and Beatrix. Almost like she was hoping for a fight.
Beatrix, given your situation and your recent loss, I will ignore that comment.
Don't.
Excuse me?
Don't ignore that comment.
Are you asking to be reprimanded for your behavior?
No.
As I thought.
I'm asking for us to be even.
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh? You don't know?
Beatrix, explain yourself at once.
I can't. I have a game to play.
Beatrix smiled coldly at the captain before returning her gaze to Di.
Sorry to interrupt you, Di. Please continue.
A polite Trixie? If I knew that killing your brother would make you toe the line, I would have done so much sooner.
Di was attempting to get a rise from Beatrix, but Beatrix didn't take the bait.
All right. I guess we should all move on to the game now that everyone is suitably tense. Welcome, welcome. Today's the day you all become proud parents, or the undead. Each round takes half an hour. Within that period, you and a single unique partner may enter the dining hall to breed. Once you have bred, please leave the hall so others may use the space. When the round comes to an end, I will announce the birth tally and round 2 will begin. After 3 rounds, the game will come to an end, along with someone's life. I just can't explain how much I love this game. I don't know if it's the death or the breeding, but this game makes me so excited. I'll be waiting inside the dining hall to join you together in your partnerships. Round 1 starts now. Toodles!
Di traversed the wall into the dining room as we stood outside the hallway in complete silence. Moments later, Vladimir and Melody entered the dining hall without a word. Yoshiki and I stood to the side, preparing to go next, when Katashi approached the captain.
Well, Captain, I don't have a partner, and I'm not the vampire. What do you say?
Is that your attempt to woo me?
Given more time and better circumstances, I'm sure I could do a better job. For now...
I am also not the vampire. I look forward to our breeding.
Oh, do you just? Both Katashi and the captain chuckled as Yoshiki and I traded places with Melody and Vladimir in the dining hall.
What do we have here?
Di, I would like to make my bestie my vampire partner.
Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded vampire bride?
Hey, why am I the bride?
Nice. Di pointed at him, then to me, and then back to him again.
Fine.
I do.
Fantastic! Please place your hands on your corresponding terminals.
We both did as instructed.
I pronounce you Bonnie and Clyde. You may now kiss the bride.
Yoshiki leaned over to me and kissed me on the cheek.
This is why I got into this career.
Come on now, Romeo. We need to leave.
It's Bonnie, actually.
Shh, don't say that too loud. We both proceeded to the hallway, pressing the captain and Katashi on the way out, passing the captain. They both reappeared soon after, along with Di.
Thank you all for participating in Vampire Children. Here are the results of round 1. Ta-da!
The results were pretty clear-cut, and what I expected as the vampire. 4 human babies were created, 1 vampire child. Totals, babies 4, children 1.
Round 2 starts now!
Di disappeared, and we all stood in the hallway, working out how to proceed. I saw the captain already working her magic with Melody, promising Vladimir that she wasn't the vampire. He obviously believed her. Who would be my next victim? Beatrix, because I like her the least. And this is a long shot, especially after seeing how aggressive Beatrix is being towards the captain. What the hell? Hey, Beatrix.
No.
I didn't even say
Allow
it.
me to make this very, very clear for you. Nicholas is dead, and you, Yoshiki, and Katashi are responsible. But ultimately, there is only one person I truly hold responsible.
Captain? Di?
Kimiko.
Yeah, I thought so.
This is all her fault.
Wait, how?
This is her ship, and Di has taken over on her watch. Her hands are stained with Nicholas's blood, in my father's blood, in my mother's blood.
I thought your mother died when you were a child. Beatrix is no longer listening to a word I was saying as she delved into a dark monologue.
Soon, she too will feel how I feel.
Beatrix clasped her hand to her chest.
I shall ensure that what she holds dear will be ripped from her grasp, just like it was from me.
You mean Yoshiki? So... Beatrix simply smiled and walked away. Well, that was unhelpful. Just as I'd given up hope of breeding in round 2, Katashi approached me.
She's a tough nut to crack, newbie. Might I offer you an easier alternative?
Katashi was pointing at himself playfully. Want to make a baby with me? Katashi suddenly went bright red, choking on his words.
What?
The game. We breed to make human babies.
Ah, yes. Of course.
So,
Sounds good.
wait. Are you the vampire?
A little late now. I've already named our firstborn.
Oh?
Randall Ikari.
Wait, why does he get your last name and not mine?
Because I'm the husband in this relationship?
Yeah, that's true. Katashi stated that as if it was a well-known fact. Yeah, it is. Fine, but I get to name our other child.
And?
Janice?
Well, our kids are not going to be popular, are they?
No. Maybe names from the late 20th century will come back into fashion? All our jokes aside, we made our way into the dining hall, passing the captain and Melody on the way out.
Oh, now this is the making of a handsome pair. I can definitely ship this.
Sorry, we would like to breed.
Ruby here is going to give me 2 beautiful children. Randall and Janice.
Oh dear God. Wait, I have to birth them too? Katashi pointed at himself.
Husband, remember?
So I decided to pile on as well.
I can see that. They're definitely more wife material.
Hey.
What? That's not a bad thing. We ladies are far superior. Welcome to the winning team.
You're a program. You just look like a lady.
How dare you? And after you spied on me getting dressed earlier, too.
You what?
I didn't, well, mean to, that is. Katashi seemed incredibly unimpressed that I'd brought Dai's modesty into question, which was both a little strange and an adorable trait of his.
Well, pervert and pervert's husband, if you could, please place your hands on your terminal. You can be on your perverted ways.
Hey, if I'm a lady, then I'm not a pervert. We did as instructed and made our way back to the hallway without a word. Moments later, Dai appeared to give us the results of round 2.
Thank you again for another thrilling round. I will now display the results after round 2.
The results were displayed, and again, as expected, human babies created, 2. Vampire children created, 2. Baby total, 6 children. Total, 3. We only need to convert the last 3 and we'll win. Melody, the captain, and Beatrix. It suddenly dawned on me that it may not be as easy as I first thought it would be.
This game is starting to heat up. It's gonna be a great final round. Which starts now.
Everyone in the hallway looked visibly confused as Beatrix's sudden outburst, but it continued. Yep, she's lost it. I could see Melody attempting to hide behind her father. She seemed quite distressed about how Beatrix was behaving.
Beatrix, what is wrong with you? You're scaring Melody.
Oh, Vladimir, this is just too beautiful.
Beatrix, what is the meaning of this?
It's perfect, really.
What is?
This.
Beatrix, I don't understand.
Well, allow me to break it down for you.
Did she do the Shizuka? Did she figure this shit out? We all stood in attention as Beatrix continued.
I know who the vampire is.
She did. What? How?
Better yet, I know who the vampire's partner is.
And?
They all deserve to die. And will. In...
She looked at the time.
15 minutes.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
Beatrix simply smiled.
Nicholas won't be alone for much longer.
Melody was now crying because of how Beatrix is behaving. That's when I turned to realize she was right. If she refused to breed with anyone, she can't be turned into a vampire, and the vampires will automatically lose. She must have been able to read the realization on my face.
It was nice knowing you.
I...
This is for betraying Nicholas.
We never betrayed Nicholas. She shifted her focus to Yoshiki.
You let a man more valuable than you die.
No,
Her gaze rolled around to the captain, who I could see was becoming visibly irritated.
Game over, Kimiko.
Captain snarled.
Or, to be more accurate, it's game over for those you love.
Within the blink of an eye, the captain had lunged at Beatrix, knocking her to the ground. Beatrix was just laughing hysterically. Beatrix was quick to retaliate, wrapping her hands around the captain's neck, still while laughing menacingly.
Beatrix, get off the captain this instant!
I thought you loved violence and death, Dai, honey.
Dai's voice became the most threatening it has ever been.
Beatrix, if you don't release the captain, I will see to it that you live out the rest of your days in a constant state of agony, on the edge of consciousness.
Beatrix let the captain go, who coughed and spluttered as she made her way back to her feet.
I'm bringing round 3 to a close early.
But
Nothing you could do as the captain would alter this outcome. Beatrix is right.
Wait. No.
After 3 rounds, the final result is Humans 6, Vampires 3. Humans win! Congratulations!
No!
The captain quickly looked over to Yoshiki and I as Dai continued to announce our impending deaths. We both stood silently, Yoshiki putting his hand out and holding mine.
The vampires have lost. Yoshiki and you will be eliminated.
No, Dai! Anything. I will do anything. Please.
The captain was now openly sobbing.
Please. Anyone but Yoshiki.
Wow, thanks, Captain. Standing right here. Yoshiki squeezed my hand tighter, acknowledging that I too was important. Beatrix was making snarky remarks as the captain continued to grovel.
Hurts, doesn't it?
You know the rules, Captain. They lost the game fair and square. Now they'll be executed.
If the captain wants to die with her precious Yoshiki, let her. I will take over as captain. What's so funny?
You, Captain? Not even when hell freezes over.
Beatrix did not take kindly to Dai's laughter.
I would be an infinitely better captain than her.
No, you really wouldn't.
Then let's find out, shall we?
Beatrix pulled a needle from her pocket and charged at the captain, who was still sobbing uncontrollably. Dai's not going to let you kill her, remember? Beatrix stabbed the captain with the needle in the neck, injecting it with the contents before stumbling backwards.
Now, I will be captain.
Yoshiki and I ran over to the captain, Yoshiki pulling the needle from her neck.
Beatrix, what have you done?
I took a page from your book, Dai. I eliminated someone when you hesitated.
The captain started stumbling about. Yoshiki and I struggled to keep her standing. We set her down against the wall and tried to console her.
Yoshiki? I am so sorry.
It's okay. We can fix this. We can fix this.
At least my death means that you get to keep on living.
As if. The captain smiled one last time before closing her eyes for good. Beatrix is now standing proudly over us, pointing down the hallway.
As your new captain, I command you to take that corpse to the medic bay.
Beatrix, undo what you have done.
Here's me thinking you would be happy.
Undo what you have done right now!
Sorry, Dai. No can do. I can't reverse death.
The captain is dead.
I'm the captain now.
The captain is dead.
Here we go again. Yoshiki was crying with his face tucked into the captain's chest, hugging her tightly.
I have failed.
What? Dai faded from the hallway, and as she did, so did the lights. Abruptly, the ship's alarm systems were triggered, causing the ship to glow in a shade of panic-inducing red. Warning. Turning off life support systems will result in heavy casualties. What?
Dai's turned off the life support!
All life forms will perish in less than 2 minutes.
Dai! Dai! Please don't do this! I can try to stop this at the source. The server room!
Katashi ran towards the server room in hopes to override Dai's commands.
So Katashi can barely figure out how to set the time on his tablet, yet he's about to override a sophisticated eye?
How can you laugh at a time like this? You've killed us all. Beatrix just shrugged and smiled. It started becoming harder and harder to breathe. Like I had to breathe in twice to keep her... twice as deep to keep it a shallow breath. Yoshiki, still hugging the captain, looked up at me.
At least she didn't die alone.
He put his hand out for me to take.
And neither will you.
He forced a smile as I took his hand and squeezed it tightly. A minute later, his grip fell away, as did my consciousness. And we did. Excellent. I'm curious to know what happens in those ones if we don't partner up when they ask us to. Because we've had 2 different occasions where they've asked us to partner up, but the timeline doesn't actually show any branching narrative there. So I don't know if it makes any difference, but in the next one we're going to run down this side. It'll probably take 2 episodes to run through this side anyway. We need someone other than Nicholas to die. We need to win the bidding wars. Till then, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out for me, and I'll see you in the next one.